Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into some kind of new updates. This has come from Big Hit themselves, and this is involving Suga. Maybe some of you guys have heard what happened already. There's definitely been some speculation online, so I'm definitely ready to talk about that. We also have Taehyung kind of speaking out for Suga, so we'll get into this as well, and let's jump into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also, so you can be the first to do so. Now let's get into it. Now today's video is not going to be as funny, and I have to say 2020 is a weird year. But this issue that we are talking about doesn't necessarily seem to be 2020's fault, but more so the fault of like 2013-ish. So if you weren't aware, at the beginning of BTS's career, Suga had a bit of an injury. I believe maybe it was a motorcycle injury or something like that, and he ended up severely injuring his shoulder. A lot of ARMYs are aware of this, and when you see kind of Suga struggle to raise his arm, ARMYs tend to know exactly why this is the case. And usually they'll start trending a tweet like "get well" or something like that. Now fast forward to today, more modern day, Big Hit put out a statement saying on November 3rd, Suga was admitted to the hospital for a surgery. I guess his injury got up to the point where he can no longer ignore it. You know very well our boys don't just go into surgery or go into getting medical help. They tend to just want to work constantly, at least so from what I've seen. So it feels like Big Hit had to kind of intervene here. Like it must have been pretty bad for them to do that. Maybe Suga was missing out on some training, and then Big Hit was like, enough, you need to get surgery. There was this like long talk apparently with Suga and Big Hit, and Suga felt that it was necessary for his career, and of course for his military enlistment, for him to get this surgery. The statement that Big Hit put out was very, very long, so I won't sit here and read the entire thing, but the entire statement does give you kind of full context just to what Suga is going through and kind of his shoulder injury. I guess he saw this as the best opportunity for him to kind of do the surgery, as he likely won't need to be touring or anything like that anytime soon. Definitely a good idea, and I think if any of the BTS boys have any kind of health concerns or anything like that, now is a good time to kind of take a break and really kind of help that. Although hopefully they don't have any issues. I'm going to read a statement that Big Hit wrote, but I'm going to go ahead and pass kind of the parts where there's background information on Suga's injury. I'm just going to read what they are planning on doing going forward. Suga also felt that it was important for him to restore himself to good health to prepare for his mandatory military service, as well as his post-service musical career. After extensive discussion with the company, the decision was made to undergo the surgical procedure. Following the surgery, Suga will be unable to participate in most official activities so that he may fully focus on his recovery. Once doctors determine that the site of operation has healed sufficiently, Suga will begin physical therapy so that he can ultimately return to the state healthy and fully recovered. It may be difficult for Suga to meet his long-awaited fans for some time, including for the upcoming BTS B album promotional activities. We apologize to every fan who has awaited patiently to meet Suga again, and we ask for your generous and loving understanding. Suga wishes his fans to know that he is very aware of how concerned and worried the fans must be, and knows how sad his fans must feel. He said, "Please understand this time as being my chance to prepare to meet you again strong and healthy, and even if I must await a short while, please wait for me to come back to you. Big Hit will always strive to ensure the health and safety of all our artists. Thank you." And the part that I read that I feel like not a lot of people were talking about is the part where it says that it will be hard for him to kind of meet ARMYs and hard for him to participate in kind of the promotional stuff for the album. This means that allegedly he's not going to be performing or really being with BTS for a while. At the minimum, they're not expecting him to be a part of the BTS B album, the promotional stuff. I'm sure he's already in the album. A surgery that does sound kind of big would probably require at least a few months of recovery time and some physical therapy. That's minimum. Sometimes it can range to a full-blown year. Obviously, he's gonna want full mobility with his shoulders when he is dancing again or going into the military. Obviously, health comes way before a music career. And even if he were to stop now, he has more than enough money to live the rest of his life well and not really have to worry about that. Go find a wife or a husband, me, and really enjoy his life and not really having to strain himself again. So I hope he does really take this time to enjoy his life. Maybe even try to travel. I definitely wanted to see what some people were saying over on the Tweetster. One person wrote, "There's no exact statement if Suga will disappear to their comeback on November 20th, but this part of Big Hit's statement makes me nervous. Get well soon, Yoongi. Be strong, Yoongi. Meow." And they posted a picture kind of highlighting the part that says that it'll be hard for Suga to be a part of the promotion of the album. Do I think Suga will be leaving BTS or anything like that? No. Could this possibly be for a long time? Maybe. Because if I can be honest here, we don't know how long the recovery will take or how long the recovery will take for him because everyone's a little different. After his recovery, he might end up just going straight into the military, depending on what the laws and everything that are going to be passed for that is, because they seem to keep changing that. So this makes me really, really sad. And this is is just my opinion. I don't know more than you guys do. Big Hit didn't send me like an official statement or anything like that. They didn't say that this will happen. It's just my theory on how things usually go. If you have a different one, definitely let me know. Suga did continue online with his own statement. This was different from Big Hit's official statement. Obviously, for something like this, he couldn't just be like, bye, I'm getting surgery. He's got to say something himself, can't leave us hanging. He did do some updates on how the surgery went. Hi, it's Suga. After the announcement, many people worried about me. I feel sorry and thank you so much. Fortunately, the surgery was successful. The current status is that there are some pains, but I feel quite refreshed, relieved. My job is performing on stage, so I try to do my best to not have the surgery and withstood with the physical therapy and injections. But the bad situation, whenever I had been on the stage, the situation had been getting worse, was repeated, so I was afraid. Well, it's good to know that he is not in any danger. He is recovering, he is feeling well, a little pain is obviously expected after a surgery. This is all good to know. I didn't know he had to do all these injections and things like that. It seems maybe he was really scared to take a long time off stage, take a long time off the spotlight. But it's like, hey, BTS will be there when they decide to come back. ARMYs aren't going to forget. Also, Suga, you've made your mark on the world. Everyone knows you. You can go ahead and take a break. Some singers take like 3-year breaks and they come back and they kill it. Look at Adele. She releases like one song and then dips out for 10 years. Us ARMYs, as worried as we are after seeing the statement, and as sad as we are that you aren't going to be participating in the album promotion, we are happy to know that you are getting better. And it will be even more amazing when you decide to come back, whether that's years from now or a few months from now, and just pick up right where you left off. We think about how the fandom is kind of sad, but we don't think about how the members must feel, right? They're obviously probably happy because I doubt that this is the first time they've heard of Suga's injury. They were like, what? Suga has an injury? I didn't know. So they're definitely most happy that Suga is going to be getting help, but also interestingly enough, they're definitely going to have to change their choreography a little bit, I think. When the statement was posted on weverse, obviously a lot of people had a lot to say about this. And a lot of different concerns were popping up. Taehyung actually did respond back to some of these. Keep in mind, these comments were translated, so they're not super accurate. But Taehyung responded to some of these concerns saying this: don't worry too much, that's more painful. Glossy I love. Good, after gloss type surgery while resting. I am going to assume glossy means Suga because Suga has such glossy skin. I'm kidding. I can just imagine Suga just telling Taehyung to go online and just reassure everyone. I do feel like Suga was genuinely really upset, just that he will not be able to perform or anything like that for a long time. But I think he is mostly upset of how he feels letting ARMYs down. But ARMYs are not being let down, I can guarantee you that. If they're upset that you need surgery, well, those are not ARMYs, those are armchairs. Because you were literally in pain every single day and you're now taking care of something that needs to be taken care of. You don't want those armchairs as supporters? Honestly, they're called armchairs, they don't even support chairs. The rest of us are going to be happy when Suga actually comes out of therapy and is well. I also realized, I think someone said before that Suga has depression. I don't know for sure, but if this is the case, then he's also in mental therapy too. Suga, are you okay? Just all around, are you okay? I just want to give you a hug. I definitely wanted to see what some people's reactions were. What Taehyung was saying on the weverse stir. One person said, ARMY's having a hard time. Taehyung on weverse. Right? Taehyung really trying hard to comfort ARMYs. It was interesting because I looked for a long time and I didn't really see anyone being upset because at the same time they released the Suga concept photo, so everyone was talking about that. But everyone seemed to be pretty happy and Twitter didn't explode over this statement like I thought it might have. Like I was expecting to go on Twitter and see a big explosion, but it seemed pretty tame. This is obviously what Suga would have wanted. He doesn't want people to kind of freak out and be sad over this. Taehyung is awesome for always showing love to all the members, always showing love to all the ARMYs, just being a super great brother to Suga. I love it so much. Where do I find people like this in my life? It most certainly is very rare, I think. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. As always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over there on Patreon and kind of check things out, I have a lot of exclusive content over there that I can't necessarily post on here. This will get taken down or copyrighted or things like that, so I keep it over there on my Patreon. This includes reaction videos like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. Also, you can request things you want to see over there as well. I am doing an In the Soup reaction later today, so it'll be up on there. Link is in the top of the description down below. Also, anything you contribute over there gives back to this channel and all that stuff. I have a video over there kind of explaining that, so make sure you check that out. With that said, there are 2 videos that will appear on the screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those. I'll see you over there. Bye.